Welcome back. Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey, one of 5 Republican senators not running for re-election this year. The race is on for that seat in Pennsylvania. Voters decide in November, but Republicans will first battle it out in the primaries to see whose name will be on the ballot. Joining me right now in a Fox Business exclusive is the former CEO of Bridgewater Associates, largest hedge fund, David McCormick. David, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much. And I know that you have a big announcement this morning. Tell us about it.
Well, good morning, Maria. I'm so glad to be with you. Thanks for having me. And today I'm announcing that I'm running for the United States Senate in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And I'm running as a candidate who's battle-tested and Pennsylvania true. I'm a Pennsylvania kid. I grew up in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, and my family had a farm, and we baled hay and trimmed Christmas trees, and I played sports and hunted deer, and that gave me the opportunity to go to West Point. And then I served in the military in the 82nd Airborne Division, went to combat in Iraq, and then I came back to Pennsylvania, and I joined a company in Pittsburgh, which I eventually led as the CEO and created hundreds of jobs. So I have lived the American dream, and I want to make sure that other people in Pennsylvania have that same opportunity to live the American dream that I was able to live. And I think the American dream's at risk, Maria. I really do. Yeah. I think the rise of wokeness and weakness is really putting future generations, and I'm not talking decades, I'm talking in the next 5 to 10 years, at risk. And so that's why I'm running.
Well, look, I think you make a really important point about what's going on in the backdrop right now in terms of wokeism. And you say you're battle-tested. Obviously, you were running Bridgewater Associates for so long, and you have a business sense. Give us a sense of what you can do for the people of Pennsylvania. We know that this seat in Pennsylvania is critical to the potential for the GOP taking the majority in the Senate as well. What do you think you bring to the table?
Well, listen, it's a really critical time for the country. And if you look at what's happening to working class families in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and you look at what's happened under the Biden administration and this terrible set of policies that have been put in place, the economic policies have created a huge surge in inflation, which we just saw announced yesterday, an all-time high in 40 years. That's a silent thief that hurts us all, but it really hurts working class families at the pump in the grocery stores when they try to live on a month-to-month paycheck. We see it in energy, where we were energy independent. We were a net exporter. Pennsylvania is a huge energy state, and based on the policies of the Biden administration, it's damaged our energy industry significantly. It's resulted in a spike in prices, and we're now a net importer. If you look at borders, even though Pennsylvania is not a border state, secure borders are hugely important. And we see what's happened with a huge increase in illegal immigration coming into our country. And we see that in Pennsylvania. One of the things I've been going across the state, I cannot believe how many people I talk to have been affected by the surge in fentanyl or crystal meth, all coming across the border, Chinese manufactured, and then because of our porous borders under the Biden administration, that's affecting Pennsylvanians. So what I would do, I would be a fighter that would go to Washington. I'm a self-made person. I don't owe anybody anything. And I would fight for the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to push back on these terrible policies, focus on working families, bring manufacturing back to Pennsylvania, get our dynamic economy working again, the socialist policies that are really being manifested in the Biden agenda and those fiscal budgets, which are remarkable in size. I'd push back on all those things and try to get some order.
Yeah, you're hitting on all of the things that matter to the American people, and certainly zeroing in on the things that are important to our audience. So let's go a little further. You just mentioned China. Look, you've been in business and trading across the world for many, many years. People would say you are a globalist. You have done business in terms of outside, not necessarily just America first. You did an op-ed this morning, though, for FoxBusiness.com. And I want to read some of the things that you write because people might be surprised to hear you say, time for America's leaders to confront China's Communist Party head on. You've been criticized by a super PAC for supporting fellow candidate Dr. Oz as being a friend of China, David. So walk us through where you get this outlook that you want to take on China. I mean, after all, your partner for so many years was Ray Dalio, and Ray Dalio has been managing money for the CCP.
Well, the only people that would be surprised by my posture of taking on China are the people that haven't been following what I've been saying and what I've been doing for my whole life. So listen, China right now poses, an enormous threat to the United States in economic terms, in national security terms, and it also poses a threat to national security and global security. So it's something that's going to define our policies for the next decades to come. President Trump, I thought, did a very excellent job of resetting and focusing on the relationship with China in a way that it needed to. And I think we're going to need to take additional steps to really push back on the terrible direction that China's headed and the threat it poses to America. And if you think about the kind of person or persons we need in our government to do that, I'm a combat veteran. I've written and been very involved in defense reform and what needs to happen to fight the next war. I've negotiated with the Chinese as a government official. I had a reputation for being a very tough-minded negotiator to the point that the Chinese were pushing back to the president on the policies I was making under the Bush administration. And then more recently, yes, Bridgewater has done business with China, but I have been a person that throughout my business career has been very focused on negotiating with the Chinese. So if you think about the kind of people we need people that actually understand and can put forward a tough-minded set of policies with China. And that's what I'll do, and that's what I'll describe in my campaign.
So what about investing in Chinese stocks? Because, Larry Fink is over there telling people, triple your investments in China. All of these policies that have been hurting American families, whether it's China, whether it's inflation, you're willing to take these things head on, David. And I want to get your take on what you've pushed back to Ray Dalio and the Larry Finks of the world in terms of investing in the very companies that will at some point turn around and fight America.